Well guys, we are, as you can see, we've got Casper and we're doing our packing alone assessment / video, and we definitely didn't order that tractor guys, but obviously it came on cue, and that just sums this horse up in one. He's honestly, we have not been able to fault him in any way at all, not at all. He's just a diamond of a cob, and that is all testimony really to the home that he's had for the last few years, who I actually originally owned Casper. So those who haven't seen his other video yet, or and have seen this for the first time, I originally owned Casper, sold him, I'm gonna have to double check this, about 4 years ago, and he has taught his family from scratch. His family had never sat on a horse, owned a horse, done anything with a horse, or if they had, it was very, very minimal, and literally they've all learned on the job, so to speak. And that has been through, you know, you've got to give Casper credit where credit's due, but also his owners as well, because as we all know, owning horses it's not always as idealistic as perhaps you've always thought of growing up if you've never owned one. It's not always rewarding, but you know, to own a horse, you've got to have that about you, that you know, you're willing to put in the hard work. And his owners have just had an amazing time. Just unfortunately, with the current climate and the ongoing bills, daily, weekly, you know, not everybody can afford to keep horses as a luxury that they perhaps did before. So we are really, really grateful that Casper has come back to us, that we've been able to buy Casper so we can find him. Sorry guys, excuse me. Patsy, no. Just the dog scrapping in the back. Yeah, that we're lucky enough to be able to have him here, because you know, he is an original CnG cob. He's the sort that is pretty much our bread and butter. It's our roots. We always, you know, basically we like a good cob. That's sounds a real common way to put it, but everybody appreciates and likes a good cob. And we all know, you know, as any horses that come that are straightforward, they're hard to find. But over the past 4 years, I've kept in touch fairly closely, to be fair, with Casper, so I feel like I know him inside out, front to back, the whole lot. So he's come with us and he's just showing himself to be just as perfect as I ever thought. And as I say, that is all credit where credit's due to the horse and the family that he's had. So moving forward, his home would have to be the absolute best of homes. He's 14.2-ish. We haven't measured him, guys, but he'll be 14.2-ish. He is built like a tank, really built like a tank, but actually he's quite comfortable to sit on. Nick said he doesn't feel overly wide to sit on, which contradicts that really, but he really is a substantial weight carrying cob. He's deep in the body, so he carries a taller rider. He is 15 years old. He's always had a clean bill of health, never had any issues. He's a wonderful cob. He really is a lovely cob. Unfortunately, he's not looking the cleanest. It's this time of year when we do give him a bath, and the next day when he's laying poo, he's dirty again. So you have to take him as you find him. He's barefoot, he's got lovely feathers, he's got that curly, we say he's got the curly gene, you know, he's got the feathers that look like he's had a little perm, but very cute. Oh wow, that was fast. That was ridiculously fast. Nick's give him a pat there. Because when you're hacking out on your own around these lanes, and you've got blind bends like this, you've got to be able to trust your horse. You just saw how sensible he was there, and you can see it coming fast. He just drifted himself closer to the hedge and just carried on going forward. He really is a super sensible lad. He's done loads of hacking. He's great in the traffic. He's been living down south, and he's been living in quite a busy area, quite a built up area, and he hacks around there. Goes out, obviously, as you can see, goes out alone and very easily. Nicky's just one-handed, so he's great for hacking out alone. He's great to go out, obviously, in company. He's not at all spooky. He's really bold, and you know, he's had, as I say, he's taught complete beginners to ride from start to finish. Complete beginners. So he's super safe. You're not going to find any horse out there that's going to be safer. You know, we've got to bear in mind, guys, he's a horse. You know, we're not a remote control. You know, he's not a robot. He's a horse, but he's, as far as horses come, he's super safe. But at the same time, he's not a boring ride. He's not a complete plod where you've got to keep kicking. If you just have a look at Nick's legs, can I get there? Just a little nudge, and that's it. He's going. He's not needing a lot of persuasion. He's more than happy on his little hack. And you'll notice that, obviously, well, you saw how good he was with vehicles, because you saw him with the tractor as well, just before, obviously, that huge trailer. So that just shows how good he is. He's happy in the arena. He rides great in the arena, walk, trot and canter. He's more than happy to do his work. He pops the jumps as well, and he's great, actually. He's quite, you know, quite happy to pop around the little jumps. So he's a versatile cob. He's that safe, sensible sort that that really will suit any ability, because he's safe enough to take the beginner and novice owner rider, but also, you know, he's quite enjoyable for somebody who is more established, and you're not going to feel like you're going to grow out of him, because he's happy to go and do a bit of everything. Right, I'm going to switch this off now, guys, while I park up so we can go for a canter. We never waste a photo opportunity. What did you say to him? Breathe in? Oh, he's got the hang of it now. Oh. Right, I'll catch you up. Oh guys, I just missed that little video opportunity. Hopefully you caught the tail end of it. I obviously have to turn the car around to catch up. Nick had just said to me how fast that van had come around the corner, and she said he almost lost control and he hit a grid. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole different story. So you just saw from that video of him cantering out. He's just a delight. That's how he is all of the time. It's how he is in the arena, just in general. You ask him something, he's so polite, and he just gets on with it and just does it. And this is what I mean. He's got all the benefits of being a cob, but he's not that cob that you're going to get bored and fed up with. He's a cob that, you know, you'll enjoy. And he's so he's such a tank of a cob. He really is well built. But he's snaffle mouth, he's not heavy in the hand, he's not numb off the leg, he's not a stupid thick type of cob. He's not that sort at all. He's quite you know, he's quite bright and alert. He's not one that you've got to keep asking the same thing of. He's just a real good example of a horse that's had a fantastic home, and he's just got that fantastic attitude to life. Yeah, he's adorable, to be honest. He's adorable. That's the word for him. Adorable. He's just chirpy. Look at him hacking away, his little ears forward, just enjoying his Friday out hacking. Yeah, very hard to find these cracking cobs are, and as I say, I know him, you know, firsthand. So yeah, highly recommend him. Highly recommend him. That's what I love about him. See how Nick's, obviously you can see the car's waiting, so she's moved up. So just a little ask for trot, and look at his chirpy little trot. It's very rare to find one that's good enough to take a real novice, but also will keep moving up those gears as well. So yeah, we are a Casper fan here at CnG, a real Casper fan. And as I say, the home has got to be the absolute best. You've got to love him at first sight. You know, I want somebody that just literally loves the bones off him. I don't want him to have to find another home. As I say, he's had a fantastic home for 4 years. He's not been passed around. The references he comes with are impeccable. And yeah, I want to be the one responsible finding him a loving home. We've got him living in at the minute just because you know, that's what we do really a lot of the time with the horses that we have for a short time. We've got him living in, but he's good when he's out. He's got no vices. He's good to load. He's good to travel. He's currently barefoot. Sorry guys if my camera was going off, I was just not looking what I was doing. So he is in the, I'm going to say green. I can't just think off the top of my head. I will double check that. So anybody that's listening to this, just double check on the heart prices, but I'm sure it's green that he's in. So he's in the green heart range. And he's just made our Friday job a lot easier. Another pat for Casper as well when he's back home. There you go. Thanks guys.